The Tampa Bay Buccaneers may have won the Super Bowl last year, but they haven't won the NFC South division title since 2007. But the odds makers think that's going to change in 2021, listing them as the favorites to win this division. Let's break it down with SI fantasy and gambling analysts Ben Heisler and Michael Fabiano. And Fabs, it's kind of interesting. You know, the Bucs, they won the Super Bowl, but then the Saints ended up winning the NFC South. But right now, odds makers are thinking Tom Brady and company, they are certainly going to dominate this division in 2021. What do you think?
You would think that's going to be the case, right? I mean, New Orleans loses a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees. You've got Jameis Winston. Sorry, folks, but that's going to be a step down. So there's question marks about the Saints, right? You look at the Carolina Panthers. They're going to be better because they'll have Christian McCaffrey back, but we're not sure if Sam Darnold was as bad in New York as he's going to be in Carolina, or maybe it was just a case of Adam Gase, right? Atlanta is a team that, to me, is not going to compete for this division crown. Whether or not they have Julio Jones on the roster or not, there's still a lot of questions on the defensive side of the football. They'll score points, but I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with the Buccaneers. The Bucs, of course, as you mentioned, finished second in the NFC South last season. The good news is that they have the fourth easiest schedule, and they're the Super Bowl champions. They've also got only one trip to the West Coast, and they're returning everybody. Like, everybody's coming back, and then they added Giovanni Bernard to that backfield, which confuses things from a fantasy football perspective, but just gives Tom Brady another weapon in the offense. I say the Buccaneers win this one, and they take home 12 victories in 2021.
Oh, we got a win prediction total there as well. I love that from Fabiano. Fabs, I think it's worth mentioning the Bucs. They're minus 200 to win the NFC South, which is the second biggest favorites behind, other than the Kansas City Chiefs, to win their respective division. So the Chiefs and the Bucs, we met last year's Super Bowl, the heavy favorites to win their division in 2021. Ben, we heard Michael Fabiano give his win prediction, 11 wins for the Bucs. I know you've been checking out some of the win totals for the Bucs, Panthers, Falcons, and Saints. Anything that you're willing to put some money down on this year?
Well, considering that Julio Jones remains on the Atlanta Falcons roster for now, he did say the other day that he's out of there. Also, probably not considering going to Fabiano's Cowboys, just something to keep in mind. The win total right now for Atlanta, likely not competing in this division, is sitting at 7.5 wins. And interestingly enough, it's juiced to the over. Normally, we talk about these types of situations where you tend to go with the juice, you tend to go with the sharp money, but I can't justify getting there at this point. I think Julio Jones will be traded. I think it's going to be a new, fresh start in Atlanta's offense. We'll see whether or not Matt Ryan ends up staying there for the remainder of the year on his contract. There's just so much change and transition in Arthur Smith's first year, and they're going to be a very entertaining offense. He's an offensive-minded guy, and they drafted Kyle Pitts, and they still have Calvin Ridley, and the addition of Mike Davis is very exciting for the Falcons, but there's still plenty of issues on the defensive side of the ball. Carolina is an improved team in the division this year. We'll see what happens with the Saints. I don't look at Atlanta as a team that can get to that 7-8 win mark just because the defense won't be able to sustain and really help their offense out. So the offense is going to keep things close, and kind of like what we saw from the Cowboys the first handful of games last year. I just don't think Atlanta, even in a 17-game schedule for them, can get past that 7.5 win total. I think 6-7 wins for the Falcons is probably where they should be in 2021.
And hey, you're getting plus money by taking the under on their win total, plus 113 under 7.5 wins for the Falcons. Fabiano, Fabs, just to let you know, you got to pick. They're giving a half a game. Your prediction was for the Bucs, 11 wins this year. They have 11.5. You taking the over or the under?
No, I went with 12, so I'm going over.
Oh, okay, even better. You're taking the over on 11.5, right on the button for that. For the reigning Super Bowl champions. I like that pick as well. Plenty more division champion predictions and our win totals. More on Sports Illustrated. You can check more of it out by going to si.com/gambling.